Well, it's official. The motor is now in. It's Michael the Mechanical here. Today I'm just going to say hello, point out a couple of things like the fact that I haven't replaced this bottle with an OEM one and that the new one of these is in. And not everything's brand new, obviously, because I can't afford it. I still can't afford it. And I've realised now after putting the motor in, there's actually a risk that the clutch is going to slip because I put grease on the splines, and I thought not much of it at the time. Then afterwards I thought about it because it got into a spot that I cleaned it out of because I didn't like how I put too much grease in there. But I wiped out as much as I could, and now I'm thinking to myself, you know what, maybe that's what happened the first time I installed a clutch. Like, it will come clean, it'll come good, and it'll be fine, but it might slip. And I was like, it's a shitty clutch, it's not a very good one. And that was the one that's on this engine here. That one slipped like crazy in the beginning. I was like, it's not a heavy duty enough clutch. So the one here might do the same thing, but it's also not a bedded in one properly. So two rights don't make a, two wrongs don't make a right, unfortunately. The car is pretty much ready to go. There's some small things left I'm going to be doing to my car before it goes off. And obviously this camera doesn't work properly anymore. I can open this up and try to get it started up, but it just is a black screen. It keeps saying that the battery is dead. Sometimes I'm having a buffer issue where it says no buffer available or something, and you get like 30 seconds of footage off and then it just stops recording and stuff. So yeah, I got stuff on the back that's all going to be going to the repair shop. All this stuff here, all that stuff at the back is gonna stay behind. Maybe I might leave the tool with them for doing the radiator, but that's just about it. I still got the radiator to put on the back as well, but I'm going to work it out later, okay? I might even throw a spare motor on the back. So the jobs that I've got to do left before this car goes, there's the fragile box here. Fragile box here, that is the steering column, because this one here is cracked. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually got a crack right there, so it's going to break. So that's what this is, a new column switch set. And then I can't see because there's not enough light. I don't have no way of turning on the light, but there's some radiator hoses up here, and you can't actually see them because it's too freaking dark. But there's some hoses up there that I have to get under the dash, have to mess around with those hoses and replace them. They're only about yay long. I might have enough hose clamps to do it and work it out from there. Let me just see if I got a torch in the house, or no torches in the house, right. There'll be a torch outside. So honestly, even though I've spent lots of money on this car, and I like to think that I'm doing a really good job, obviously I'm making mistakes along the way, and I've made mistakes without even realising it. It's one of those things where once you've made a mistake, you've got to think about whether it's worth going backwards or forwards. I've been in that boat before with probably with the grease, but never really. Oh, come on. I thought I had a torch still outside. Unless I lost it in the engine bay. Ugh, that's not going to be good. But I've had that issue in the past with the slipping clutch. I reckon it will come good, but it's just going to smell bad for a little bit. Well, I can't find one of my torches, so I guess I'm going to have to find the other one, which hopefully has enough battery life in it to do some good. I hope I don't lose my torch with the car when it goes, but I've got today and tomorrow and until lunchtime to get all this work done. So it's not much time in the world to get it all done. But we're going to go quickly and look under the dash quickly with the doors open. Hits the freaking wall and I don't like it, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. So up here, I actually can't see because the lights are... I'm looking my way, so unfortunately I'm not angling it enough. I don't think. Oh gosh. This is the worst way to make a video ever. So up here, somewhere. Oh yeah, that's the hose there. Can't really show you because I can't get the angle right on the camera. Hang on, let me try and hold the camera a little bit differently and see. Oh my god. So that big bar's in the way, but you can see there's hose clamps right there. So, oh god. Oh god. Actually, I can see them from here. So these are the hoses right there. How can How can I not see? I'm just trying to see where my hand is. But yeah, okay. Do you see the hoses? They're literally right... Oh, gosh. That's one of them right there. I'm covering them with my finger because I can't coordinate myself. Now I'm pretty much... Oh, that's pointing at them. But you can see the green stuff underneath the tube. So that green stuff there where my middle finger is, that stuff. Because I can't reach, and every time I block the light, you can't even see it. But essentially I'm holding them. That's where my hand is, right there. And then you can't see it anymore because my hand's in the way. But yeah, that's the hoses right there. You can't barely see. Let me see if I can... nope, can't zoom. But yeah, those two hoses are going to get replaced because they are problems. I spent about another $100 yesterday. It sucks that I had to run around for this to buy some new ones of these sort of assembly things, but I've had to get extra hose clamps because this is BS. So I've had to do it. This assortment of golly goodness. So now it's higher again. The loop-de-doop. So that could cause us issues when they do the bleeding, which is going to suck. Because it's now higher, meaning it's going to be a lot harder to get the air out of that pocket that might be there. That's going to be the tricky part. All the hose clamps back there are as tight as I'm able to do them without crushing pipes. Hopefully no leaks will occur there. The rest of this is all up to the professionals. Also, I don't know how this got scuffed. Oh. You try to do a perfect job and then your equipment just does something to make it imperfect. So, people might pick on me and say, you're not a very good mechanic, you're going to scratch that part. But the thing is, how can I avoid scratching it? Look at my hand, I can't even avoid getting my hands black and dirty. Yeah, so it's a really tricky situation. I can't make everything perfect because I'm not perfect. It's going to take a lot of money, it's going to take a lot more patience, and a lot more, petiteness to get things done right. And, in a timely manner as well. Once it's done in a timely manner, boom, it's all good. And then the more time you take this out on the road, the more dirty and filthy it's going to become. So I have an opportunity at the moment if I really want to. I can put the rocker cover gaskets on. And use some goop. And fill this thing with oil. That would save me some trouble, but unfortunately, they've got to take the cover off anyway. And I'm better off in some ways just letting them do the job. But if something goes wrong, well, if there's an oil leak or something goes wrong, at least they're going to be able to address it. Nothing should go wrong, but anything could go wrong, and that's the sucky thing about working on cars. No matter how good you are, something always goes wrong. And I've worked with people who have made mistakes, lots of mistakes. Look at this. This car's in bits and pieces because someone made a mistake. My car could have come apart yet again because someone made yet another mistake, even though I've tried to spend a lot of time on this. But unfortunately, I can't do everything perfectly. It's bloody hard to do it perfectly. Also, I'm hoping to some extent they don't try to, put any clips in where this wire's running, because I don't want them to equip that. If they equip that, at least the fuse isn't in it, they know it's not in use, so yeah. If they put a fuse in it and hook it up, this wire is the one that's needed the fuse, that's why it's like that. It's definitely moved because the wire was on the thing. There's no grommets. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video at that. I got my work to do, guys, and I need to focus on getting this thing ready to go because I just had enough. I really had enough. I'm hoping that clutch doesn't fail me now because it's my fault. If the grease that's gone inside the spine it becomes a problem, it's going to suck. Hopefully it won't be a problem, but anything could happen. It's a lot of grease that went in there, but I did wipe it out as much as I could with what space I had available to get in there while the engine was not out, it was in. Then there was the grease on the spline itself that went pushed in and it could touch the opposite side of the clutch plate. Obviously, the grease is going to get on there anyway, regardless of what I say or do or whatever, because you have to put the grease on the thrust bearing, and the thrust bearing makes it slip and slosh and slide all over the place. I put a bit too much grease on there, I think. And that's going to be the downfall of that clutch if anything goes wrong. But hopefully it'll be fine. It'll just be a little bit of a problem for a little while, a few thousand kilometers, and then it'll pick up again and it'll be fine. Unlike brakes, if you get a little bit of the material on your brakes, what happens is it causes a lot of grief. If it gets on your clutch, it's gonna really overheat the clutch and the flywheel and stuff, but I'm not gonna be loading it heavily for a while, and if I do overload it by accident somehow, I'm pretty sure it will come clear and clean up. We'll see what happens. I think the heat would also liquefy the oils and stuff that it will slide out anyway, and it'll burn it off as well while in use. That could be why that clutch is buggered as well. It's not buggered, it's just the flywheel's cracked to buggery. I have no idea. I'm not perfect, no one's perfect. I try my best, but sometimes your best is never your best. It's a lot of learning that goes into this stuff. But now I'm concerned about the clutch. I can't go backwards now. It has to go. It has to be done. I'm going to have to just use it as it is. And then when it comes up that I need to do the gearbox, then I can rectify anything that's gone wrong then and there. So anyway guys, thank you for joining in. Michael Mechanical. It's going to go to work. Bye.